Hi folks, welcome to RJA Impact. Today we're going to be providing an update on the Holmes Theranos trial now the jury has delivered its verdict. You can search this channel for previous week's updates and also for a more detailed video on the background to Theranos and Holmes' journey to the point at which this trial commenced. However, in this video we're going to be discussing the verdict. Let's cut to the chase. Elizabeth Holmes, the now disgraced former founder of the defunct blood testing company Theranos, was found guilty on 4 counts of fraud and conspiracy on Monday the 3rd of January 2022. There were 11 felony counts on the indictment in total, and Holmes was found not guilty on 4 of the charges, and the jury was deadlocked on the remaining 3 charges. We know that last week, after over 50 hours of deliberation, the jury had told the court that it couldn't come to an agreement on 3 of the counts. Judge Davila had told them to go back into the jury room and try to work out an agreement. They did, and still couldn't come to an agreement. Therefore, on the 3 deadlocked charges, the judge declared a mistrial. This means that the prosecution could, if they decided, retry Holmes on those charges. Let's go through the indictment counts one by one. 1. Conspiracy to commit wire fraud against Theranos investors. Guilty. 2. Conspiracy to commit wire fraud against Theranos paying patients. Not guilty. 3. Wire fraud against Theranos investors. Wire transfer of $99,999 from Alan J. Eisenman. No verdict. 4. Wire fraud against Theranos investors. Wire transfer of $5,349,900 from Black Diamond Ventures. No verdict. 5. Wire fraud against Theranos investors. Wire transfer of $4,875,000 from Hall Phoenix Inwood Limited. No verdict. 6. Wire fraud against Theranos investors. Wire transfer of $38,336,632 from PFM Healthcare Master Fund. Guilty. 7. Wire fraud against Theranos investors. Wire transfer of $99,999,984 from Lakeshore Capital Management LP. Guilty. 8. Wire fraud against Theranos investors. Wire transfer of $5,999,997 from Mosley Family Holdings LLC. Guilty. 9. Prosecutors dropped this count in November after making an error that put the count in peril. 10. Wire fraud against Theranos paying patients. Wire transmission of patient ET's blood test results. Not guilty. 11. Wire fraud against Theranos paying patients. Wire transmission of patient ME's blood test results. Not guilty. 12. Wire fraud against Theranos paying patients. Wire transfer of $1,126,661 used to purchase advertisements for Theranos wellness centres. Not guilty. As an observation, the guilty results were all against investors, both in respect of conspiracy and the individual payments that certain investors made. The counts relating to patients' details being sent via wire transmission were all found not guilty. In my opinion, I think that the jury might have found Holmes too far removed from a specific patient to say that she had intent to send incorrect information to those individuals, and I don't think the prosecution really made this point. On the wire transfer relating to advertisements, which was also found not guilty, again, in my opinion, the prosecution spent very little time on that count, and if there were going to be not guilty findings, then this would be the most likely one. On the specific wire transfers to individual investors, 3 were found guilty and 3 not guilty. There is too much detail in the testimonies to speculate on how the jury differentiated between them, but I would note, however, that the guilty counts related to the larger investments, where many more meetings and a higher level of due diligence was done, even if this, as proved to be the case, was inadequate. I guess that this higher level of documentation left enough evidence to push deliberations over the beyond reasonable doubt threshold. In these cases, there were also more people involved in the decision process, so more people could testify as to what Holmes had told or relayed to them. In summary, guilty on 4 counts, each of which carries a maximum penalty of 20 years, and the sentencing will be next. One final observation on the conspiracy counts. Conspiracy against investors was guilty, and against patients was not guilty. Well, if there was a conspiracy, then someone else is involved. Who is that? Well, none other than Sonny Balwani. It seems that the protestations of abuse and or coercion by Balwani against Holmes didn't sway the jury's decisions. Balwani's trial on the same counts starts early in January 2022, so we will find out if the jury in that case also finds that there was a conspiracy. Now, I'll be covering the Balwani case in due course, so if you don't want to miss out on any related videos to that, then subscribe and hit the notification button. Did the jury get this right? Let me know in the comments below.